y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Robin and I have another round of bookends for you guys, and I'm filming this on the very last day of December, so hopefully nothing else comes in today because they will not be counted. It's just so exciting. We're gonna see if I made it, if I got under 127. Furthermore, I would just like to say that we started the year off with 136 unread books on my shelves. And now here we are at 127. And even though that doesn't seem like a lot, it's only 9 books. But in the time that from this point, well, I guess the end of, when did we stop? October? September. From January through September, I had amassed quite a number of books, but I read down enough of them that I was still under by like 9 books. And I think that that is something to be celebrated. So I don't know exactly where I'm ending today, but I'm gonna say that I'm not gonna be at 136, which is definitely not where I want to be at, because then I will have made no progress. But I feel like I'm gonna be at least under 120 for sure. Because I've read some things. I didn't buy a ton of things this last quarter, and so let's really get into it. Let's read. Let's talk about what I read, what I got, and let's close out this year. As always, I don't really go into depth about what the books are about. We're just here to see how I'm doing on my unread TBR. So starting off in October, I was reading things for Black Halloween and for Halloween just in general. And so one of the things that I did read was My Soul to Keep by Tanana Reeve Dew. I think this is the first in the Immortal something series. Will be continuing. I also read The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones, All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby. And just for some light spooky season reads, I read Hollowpox, The Hunt for Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. This is the last current book in this series. I think there's another one coming out, unclear. I think it might be pulling an Amari on us, and there's actually like more. Also, I was reading Stormlight Archives with Jess by Brandon Sanderson, and I had read The Wave Kings, Wave Kings, whatever the second one is, and now the third book, Oathbringer. Look at this chunky ass hoe. And I got to page 413. Actually, I might have gotten a little further, but I got there and I said, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not having a good time. And so it counts because I started reading it. And so, yeah. But I will not be continuing Stormlight Archives at all, period. Therefore, I'm also not going to be reading Rhythm of War. I couldn't hold both of them up at the same time. I don't have that kind of strength. So, yeah, both of them gone. So that was everything that I read in October. I actually did not buy anything in October, so we're already off to a good start. Moving on to November, I did pick up one book, and that was Blood Over Brighthaven. There was an impromptu buddy read in Jess's Patreon, and so I quickly went and got it. Did I read it on time? No. That's not the point. So that's what I picked up in November. Just that one book. Look at me go. And then I'd read some things in November. Ray and I had been doing a buddy read of the Rhaeria Revelation. So we were on our last book, which is Heir of Navron by Michael J. Sullivan. And so we finished that out. And then I read some books. 3 books, in fact, that I will not tell you exactly what they are, but know that I read them because a vlog should be coming out very soon about them, and I don't want to give away what it could be. Just know I read 3 books. So I'm still down. I'm like doing so, I think this is the best I've ever done. Is this the best I've ever done? So we're gonna move on to December, where I did not necessarily read a lot of things, but I was scouring my shelves and there were just some things that I did not want anymore. But first, let's talk about the thing that I did read in December, and that was Blood Over Brighthaven. I got it for our impromptu buddy read, and so it only made sense that I read it. And then, like I said, I was scouring my shelves. There were some things that I didn't want to read anymore, or I just didn't feel like if I want to read them, I can just get them some from a library or something, or maybe I just won't pick them up at all. But they are In the Shadow of the Banyan by Videy Ratner, The Secret Scripture by Sebastian Barry. I don't know the name of this series, but it's by Kirsten White, and it's And I Darken, Bright We Burn, and Now I Rise. I don't even know if this is in the right order, but they don't match. I'm not very into YA anything anymore, and so I've had this on my shelves for far too long, and I was never getting to them, so they're gonna go. Oh, and then last thing that I scoured my shelves and was just like, I'm not really all that interested in, was My Lady Jane by lots of people. 3 people: Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. So I'm getting rid of this as well. I think this was turned into a show. I may have made that up. Unclear. And that was everything that I got in, or that was everything that I let go of in December. I didn't read many of these things. I only read Blood Over Brighthaven. You know, December is just one of those busy times. But I did get a couple of things for Christmas. One of these does not count because I've already read it, but it's a great addition to my collection, and I just want to say thank you, Ray, and that is Bloom by Delilah S. Dawson. I can't believe that I did not already have a copy of this, which just seems insane. But Ray also got me The Obsession by Jessie Q. Sutanto. She read it. She really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping that I really enjoy it. And then my friend Alana got me This Woven Kingdom by Tahira Mafi, which I'm very excited about. I've only read Tahira Mafi's middle grade, and so I'm interested to see how this one will go. So I'm very thankful to Alana for getting this for me. And yeah, that was quick. That was easy. I don't know if it's because I've been doing this for a long time, and so now we're just like boom, 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 or if because I'm just like, we're in this. But either way, we're done for the year. And let me tell you, I'm under. I am under so far from where I started. We are at 113 books. I think that's where we're at. You know, my math is not always mathing, so Editing Robin will fix this if it's not 113, but I think it's 113. And that is crazy to me. Crazy. We started BookEnds 3 years ago at 118 books on my TBR. And now I'm at 113. Which sounds like, okay, you haven't made that much process. But if you follow my BookEnds, you have seen that I have had some very major hauls. You know, sometimes you just black out and you forget that you bought all those books. Like, it's crazy. I don't know how that happens. Somebody should study this. There should be some kind of medical thing for this or something. I don't know. But 113, guys, from 136 at the beginning of the year. I think that is progress. I'm so proud of myself. Give myself a little pat on the back. And so I think this is not the end of BookEnds, because there will be more books to buy. There will be more books to read, and we need to know how I'm doing. I need to know for myself. This is really for me. I mean, I'm glad you're all here and you're on this journey with me, but this is really for me. This is keeping me accountable from like having 1,050,000 books on my shelves that I'd never read. I think the goal this year is to see if we can get this down to 100. I know you're just like, that's just 13 books. Yeah, but you don't know my book buying habits, okay? Okay. And with that, we've come to an end. But before I go, tell me if you guys have any unread TBR reading goals. You're trying to get to a certain number on your shelves, or just a number of books that you want to read this year. Let's talk about it down below. And until next time, bye.